Today I fucked up by wanting to buy a crystal dick. There's a shop 2 hours from where I live, which sells gemstones, jewelry, fossils. You can crack a geode there and stuff. But no, I wasn't after any of that. I was after a crystal dick. I'd been there a few years ago with my sister, and they caught our eyes. For you know, the novelty factor. We joked about getting one, but that didn't happen because we were too embarrassed and poor. Anyway, I wanted to get one today for my sister for her birthday, which is still a while away, but hey, I like being prepared. Now, we'd been, me and partner, through this town a fortnight ago, and I'd mentioned the story. But I'd ultimately told him I was joking and didn't really want to go there to get a dick, because it'd be a bit embarrassing and I wasn't feeling too bold. But today, we were driving through this town again and I mentioned it again to my partner, who abruptly found a park and stopped. Now I did recall my sister telling me that she had not seen them there when she was last in this town. So I think to myself, oh shucks, I guess I'll just have a look and just grab it off the shelf and get over the transaction as quickly as possible and just, you know, get it over with ASAP. Tell my boyfriend this just before we enter the shop, but of course that didn't happen. Now, my partner is not scared of anybody and quite shameless. I glanced on the shelves, noticed they weren't where I remembered they were, and told him as such. My plan was to just have a bit of a browse, but that was not to be. He approached an employee in this shop, a woman who looked to be middle-aged, maybe a bit more. Him, where are the crystal dicks? Points at me. She wants to get a dick for her sister. Let me also add that he says this with the most deadpan expression, like he's just asking for the directions to a toilet or something. Shopwoman, I beg your pardon. Me, giggling like a maniac, mortified. Him, you know, a crystal penis. Shopwoman, oh, do you mean an obelisk? Him, yeah. Me, thinking, abort. She walks us to another section of the shop. Shopwoman, do you mean like these? These are quite clearly obelisks, totally not penises. Me, you know, we'll be right. Shopwoman, we have bigger ones out back. Me, now we're good. And now I'm forever mortified. Too long didn't read. BF straight up asks shop lady where the dicks are, who reacts like a total prude. I am mortified for time immemorial. At least we know what obelisks are. He's a keeper. Wait, so did you really see a crystal dick, or did you just see an obelisk? I think your boyfriend and me would be really great friends. That's just amusing. Oh, it's hilarious. We laughed about it all the way home. Couldn't even believe that the lady thought he'd meant obelisks when he'd clearly said penises. Hope you find the crystal dong for your sister eventually. Could possibly order online. Ha ha ha. After this experience, I'm too mortified. Should have seen the look on that woman's face. Totally offended when he said dicks. Crystal obedix. Today I fucked up by making my boyfriend sleep on an old air mattress while I slept on 2 mattresses for like a year. I have been living at my parents' house since the pandemic began. I only have a twin-sized bed in my tiny childhood bedroom, so when my boyfriend visits on weekends we set up our leaky old air mattress right next to my bed for one of us to escape to if the other is moving or overheating or something. My very sweet boyfriend always volunteers to move to the air mattress if he catches me moving in the middle of the night. He ends up on the air mattress 90% of the nights he sleeps over. The poor guy wakes up with sore shoulders and back every time, but doesn't complain. Today I was cleaning my room and pulled off my mattress to vacuum under my bed for the first time like ever. As I was pulling off my mattress, I leaned on what I had always assumed was a box spring. The box spring completely squished under my knee and I realized it was actually a second twin-sized mattress. I was shook, and called my mom up to show her just how stupid I had been. She and my sister had a good laugh at me. If I was a better adult who vacuumed under my bed more regularly, I could have discovered this bonus mattress months ago and avoided causing my partner unnecessary suffering. Too long didn't read. I luxuriated on 2 stacked mattresses while my boyfriend suffered on an air mattress inches away for an entire year. He deserves better. Yeah, he deserves a mattress. So now you're going to let him have the 2 mattresses while you take the leaky old air mattress, right? Pro tip, flip the mattress you sleep on from time to time, both horizontally and vertically. Thank me later. You can't flip modern mattresses anymore, you can only rotate them, head to feet and vice versa. And if you sleep alone in the center it doesn't change anything. He's in for a pleasant surprise next time he stays the night. Well, he will be happy next time he sleeps over. Today I fucked up by ruining a dinner with my family in the most mortifying way possible. This is actually a fuck up that took years to occur. Back when I was a teenager, I remember getting ideas from the Fuck Your Couch Dave Chappelle skit. My parents had and still have a really nice leather couch. During times they were out of the house I would absolutely go to town between the cushions, with lube I stole from my parents' room, of course. It was phenomenal. After the first time I knew that I found the true lover in the soft, silky leather couch. The couch was in front of the fireplace so no one ever really used it except during the winter. My dad had a different couch in his TV room. Anyways, the couch and I hooked up many times over the next couple years. My major fuck up began with the fact that I never cleaned up the fruits of my labor. It's disgusting, but I guess I had a fire and forget mindset. Over time I discovered human partners, the couch, and I stopped hooking up. Where stuff got really bad was one night about 2 years ago. Almost 10 years had passed since my first rendezvous with the couch. My wife and I were at dinner with my parents. I noticed that my dad had rearranged the place. Some furniture was shifted around. The leather couch was now in the TV room. There was a football game on, so my dad was eating on the couch while the rest of us were at the table. Suddenly I hear my dad say, "Oh my god, what is this? Joni, there's something weird in the cushions." He had lost the remote between those same cushions I had enjoyed so much. He looked over at me. I was wide-eyed and horrified. My dad isn't a dumb man. He put 2 and 2 together. He shouted, "It's spew. There's spew in the couch." At this point I was blushing more than I ever have in my entire life. I was fucking mortified and speechless. I'd never heard anyone call semen spew before, but I knew that he knew. My dad had found my years-old dried, crusty seed. My wife tried not to laugh. I had previously told her about my couch banging days, but she wasn't aware that I had left semen inside a couch for almost 10 years. My dad kept shouting, "It's spew, it's spew," while my lovely Midwestern mom said, "Maybe it's just yogurt, Dave." I knew that she knew though. At this point my reaction made my guilt very obvious. My dad thought it was absolutely disgusting but also started roasting me, saying, "I can't believe you fucked a couch and everybody knows to clean up. Jesus Christ." And he yelled at me to get off your ass and get a rag to clean it up. I broke out of my horrified paralysis and then did just that. My mom became upset in her silent sort of way and left the table. She shut herself in their room. The rest of the evening is a blur. I do know that we didn't stay long. Once we got back in the car my wife made fun of me for weeks. My mom didn't talk to me for almost a month, and now my dad will periodically tell me to stay away from the couches when you come over. Too long didn't read, ruined a nice family dinner when my dad discovered that not only did I have sex with his couch, but I left a mess. Edit, for the doubters, here's some actual jizzology showing that dried semen is really stable and even DNA can be detected for over a year. How did he know it was a spew after so long? He's a perceptive man. I guess every dude knows what dried jizz is like. I was also betrayed with my head down looking at the table like I had just received a death sentence while my wife was actively stifling a laughing fit. My dad and I were within sight the whole time. It was obvious I was embarrassed. If I was your dad I would buy a couple of small, leather beanbag chairs and leave them in the TV room for the next time you come over just to tell you the couch had babies. How on earth would it have stayed wet for 10 years? This doesn't even make sense. Maybe if you fucked in 10 minutes prior to your dad dropping the remote. It was years old dried crusty cum. I edited my post to make that clear. Thanks for the heads up. This was hilarious, thanks for sharing this.